What up, guys? It's your boy, Wild Beezy Baby, and I am here to give you my thoughts and take on the 2020 edition of NXT Wargames. The motherfucking War Games. Gotta say, with everything going on in 2020, it made the presentation a blunder. You know, we've been having these limited fans to no fans matches and events for a long time now. Months. But this is the first one that really suffered from not having a big arena and a lot of fans. Just seeing those two rings, which is a spectacle in and of itself, surrounded by that steel cage structure going over both of the rings, it just wasn't the same for me. It just wasn't the same because we didn't have that big crowd atmosphere, and I didn't really think I'd miss it that much. And I really haven't. I have, but I haven't. Like, it hasn't bothered me as much as it has other people. But the thing that I really took away from the most from this show right off the bat was it made me understand why AEW did not have their Blood and Guts War Games match back in March after everything happened. And a lot of people were campaigning for it to happen at the Nightmare Factory, which is big. It's like a big warehouse converted into a football training facility and a wrestling training facility. That's where it was originally going to take place, and they decided altogether not to do it. And I understand why. It's just they knew what would happen. It's just it wouldn't. It'd have a lot of its luster and a lot of its sizzle, and a lot of its shine taken away from it. But everybody in NXT really did give us a solid, honest effort. You know, the women's War Games match was good. I enjoyed that. I thought the Timothy Thatcher-Tommaso Ciampa match was pretty decent. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really into the Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes match. I'm just not really a big fan of either of those guys, and it's just this feud really feels like it's been going on just a little too long. Just saying. But it was nice seeing Austin Theory come back and aid Johnny Gargano to help him get the third NXT North American Championship on his resume. Austin Theory gave Johnny Gargano the assist. He was one of the ghost faces. Surprise, Sydney. Well, it was really a surprise for Punishment Martinez, a.k.a. Damian Priest. And Leon Ruff. It was rough for Leon Ruff. Because he's no longer the champion. It's Johnny Gargano, motherfucker! It's Johnny Gargano. Oh, yes. Thunder! With that. But the biggest treat of the evening was getting to see Indianapolis' own Pat McAfee step back into the ring to face his arch nemesis, Adam Cole. But unfortunately, it was much like the first time, and Pat McAfee went ahead and ate that big L. He did. But he definitely had a big W for his performance, and he was honestly the best thing about that match, because honestly, this was my least favorite War Games match I've probably ever seen, and that's not just the ones they've had in NXT since 2017, that's going all the way back to the ones they've had in WCW, and the one they had in MLW. Like, it was a very weak match from a presentation standpoint, just because it wasn't as brutal as some of the other War Games matches. I'm not even just talking about the blood. You know, other than the tables and a couple other things, there's just the match it lacked that killer instinct for me. But it wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was a bad match. It's just it was, when you have a War Games match, you know, it's a match that has a long, rich, lengthy heritage to it, and it just wasn't as good as some of the other ones. It just wasn't, you know. Everybody in there gave it their all, though. It's just what they had to work with. It just wasn't the best of circumstances all around. You know, I mean, everyone in there worked really hard. Everyone in there gave a solid effort. Again, it's just wasn't my favorite War Games match. It was my least War Games match of NXT's history of War Games matches, and it definitely didn't measure up to any of the WCW War Games matches. It didn't. But Pat McAfee definitely was the MVP of that match, and I definitely hope he continues to dabble in the world of professional wrestling. Overall, I will give this show a 7 because everybody did give it a solid effort. I just honestly wasn't jumping out of my seat for it and overly excited like I have been in years past for some of these War Games events. It's definitely thumbs up. It's definitely thunder, but it's not like severe. It's not a severe thunderstorm over here. No. It's just light thunder strikes here and there. But yeah, thumbs up effort. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Thunder or Blunder. Follow me on Twitter at Wallbucks. And this has been my take on NXT War Games 2020.